Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing this huge polygel kit from Lanfo Beauty. They sent this to me and I'm so excited to dig in. I also went ahead and purchased their liner gel kit. I believe this is in their pastel collection. I'm going to be using that along with the polygels. So let's go ahead and see what is in this box. Guys, it's so huge. I can't even fit it all in frames. I'm gonna start just kind of taking some stuff out and just setting it up on my desk. I do already have my tips on and my nails are prepped. I am just using the Unigella nails that you guys had recommended to me. They're super cheap. I got the square ones, so I just figured, you know what, put on the same tips that I have on the other hand. And all right, you know what, I'm gonna do this off camera because it's kind of hard to get this stuff out with tips on, so I'll be right back. Okay, so you get 12 polygels. You get your top coat, your base coat, slip solution, your dual forms, your nail brush, dual ended obviously, and a 180 grit file. And all of this is $35.99 currently on Amazon, and you can use code JEN15, that's JEN15, to receive 15% off your order. The one thing that I will say, the colors that are on their little swatch tabs here do not match at all, but I'll pull up a picture for the swatches that are online, and these are the colors. I often find this to be the case. These are the gel liners, which we'll look at in a little bit. I think what I've decided to do is to kind of stick with the rainbow theme, but you know, the really cute French designs where they just go around the French with the liner. That's kind of what I'm going for today. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick out the colors that I'm going to use. I'm not going to be using dual forms today because I have on tips. Now I know you guys like this, so I'll just stick this in with my giveaway stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out the colors, polygel that I'm going to use, and we'll get started. I'm going to use, I believe, this pink for the actual cuticle area. Maybe this one. I haven't quite decided yet, but we'll see. So I'm just going to pick out what I want to use and then we will go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so I've got my color selection here. I know it doesn't look like it, but these are pinks. So this is going to be my cover pink. And then this is a pink. We've got orange, a greenish yellow, a blue, and a purple. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put some top coat on. Let me just move these out of the way because it's kind of screwing with the focus. So, what am I doing? Top coat. Lord have mercy. Base coat I'm going to use. Do not mind, this is just stains from alcohol. That's just what happens when you get alcohol on tips. That kind of turns it white. So I didn't want to start with this finger. I'm just going to do this in the thumb because I want to start with the thumb. I feel it'll be easier to kind of demonstrate what I'm doing. But as I was saying, when you get alcohol on these, it just kind of makes these white spots on the tips. So if you are going for a super clear nail look, be really careful about getting alcohol on your nails because it will make them hazy. Ugh, I am sorry if my mood is kind of tonight. I feel like this was just one of those nights where anything that could go wrong was going wrong. I feel like I have those very often, and I'm so sorry for complaining about them, but seriously, it took me 3 times to get my nail tips on because they were coming out crooked. Oh, it's just so annoying. So I'm just gonna cure this base coat and I'm gonna show you what to do next. Okay, I've got my slip solution here, and let me just grab my brush. It's so hard to do anything now with these nails on. Oy. All right, so I'm going to be using this Y12003, this collection, and it's just a light pink. I hope this looks good, and I also hope I have enough. I'm just going to kind of dip this in there so it comes off on my nail. Okay, so I'm going to start with I don't know, a bead about that size. I'm sure I'll need more. This is for my thumb. I'm also going to move this over here. I have a whole setup of paper towel and stuff on that side. But I'm going to start up here on the thumb. Oh, I'm definitely going to need more than that. That's barely anything. But I was too scared to squirt. I don't know why. I was worried that too much was going to come out. I think normally I do polygel and like a one bead method, but I think I kind of want to start doing it in separate beads just so I can sort of control what's going on. I mean, this polygel feels pretty nice so far, so I'm just kind of pushing it back in the cuticle area and just trying to make sure it's nice and smooth back there. Actually, I need my alcohol on this side, and yes, I am using my non-dominant hand today, so this should be fun. So I just kind of tap off most of the alcohol. I don't want to flood the cuticle. I have noticed if I use too much alcohol, it doesn't really bother like the adhesion, but it almost bothers the polygel itself. Like it just becomes like kind of gummy and then hard to work with. So I try not to use too much. Like if anything, I'll just flip my brush over if it starts to get sticky. I got this little dampen dish off Amazon. I'll try to link it down below. I don't know if it's still there or not, but you can find them all over the place that have this little diamond in them, but this one was pretty cheap. So all right, so I'm just going to keep patting this out and just kind of making the shape of my cuticle area, and I'm going to try to keep it like up, but I also want to spread it out, so I think this is just going to be like my first layer. All right, so that's kind of the lip that I was looking for, so that way when I put the colored gel on and then I file down, it'll be like a perfect French line. So I'm going to cure this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to file this up on the edge to make sure it's nice and sharp and I have that just perfect shape that I'm looking for. I think this pink is really pretty. Sorry, my viewfinder is frozen, so I'm kind of like looking at this weirdly, but I think it's a really pretty pink and I think it's going to go nicely with the colors. So that's what I'm going to do right now. There's a lot of steps to this and I've never done it this way before, so wish me luck. All right, guys, so I have the whole pink part, the base part of my nail laid, and now we are getting into the colors. So I think I'm gonna start, I actually switched out and I'm gonna do the bright pink because the other pink was like too close in color and it just, I don't know, it didn't pop as much as I wanted it to. So I'm going to use this bright pink and I'm just gonna basically slap this on here because you don't really see anything until you file. That's also the scary part because this could be really, really bad and not look that great, and I wouldn't know it until I filed the nails down, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get this on there. I do think that I brought the thumb down a bit farther than the other nails, but like who sees the thumb anyways? That's why I do my thumb first, because that's like my practice nail, and then I kind of get an idea as to what I'm doing by the time I get to the other nails. You know, I find out like what works and what didn't work. So my thumb is a little bit longer and that's okay. I did go for like a quite high up sort of curve here, and I went with like more of an oval shape. That's what I think will look the best. I may have to do like a half at a time because I did build this nail up pretty high, not realizing that I'm basically gonna end up filing like most of this off. So yeah, like I said, practice thumb, but at least you guys can learn from my mistakes, right? I'm just gonna keep like patting this into place. I'm just gonna work on this a little bit more off camera, just trying to smooth it out. I know I said I was just gonna slap it on here, but I mean, I don't wanna have to do that much filing. So I'm just gonna finish this up off camera and I'll show you how this one's looking before I start on the other guys. The other fingers, the ones that matter. All right, I know she's looking thick. She's looking very like 90s nails right now, but I promise I'm gonna, like, I think it looks super cute. It just needs to be filed and shaped, but I'm gonna go and do the rest of the nails. And like I said, I'm using the orange, the green, I'm using that like darker blue and the purple, and that's what we're gonna do. When I come back, I'll show you what they're all looking before I file them. This nail look has taken me forever, guys, forever. So I'm just ready to like do the fun part. Like this is the fun part now, you know? Okay guys, so this is with all of the colors on. Yes, we are looking lumpy, we are looking bumpy, and we're looking thick. But I'm gonna go ahead and file, and then we'll start with the gel polish because I need to file. But the colors are beautiful and they're super easy to work with. I didn't really have any like issues. Whether you use alcohol or slip solution, I tested out both. It makes no difference. So as far as the poly gels go, they're polygels. They're nice. The colors are nice. These are nice, like pigmented saturated colors. Like they're not jelly colors. I guess if you did like a thin layer of it, they could be, but they're not. So I'm gonna go and file, and I will be back. I don't like filing on camera because it's just so boring to me. So I just prefer to do it off camera. Okay, guys, this is what we're looking like. I just wiped it with some swipe, so my nails, they are looking dusty and crusty. But I think it's looking so cute. I think I did, for my first French like this, like a real French, I feel like I did pretty good. I could have gone a little like deeper with the smile line, but I'm okay with it. I like it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline them with their gel polishes. And here is, these are all the swatches for the gel polish. So I think I'm going to start with the pink, and I'm going to use this lighter pink, number 51. And these are really hard to get out of here. And I'm definitely using the purple and the blue shade. I've got a yellow and like a peachy shade. Maybe I'll do the peachy shade with the orange, and then the yellow with like this greenish yellow like here, and that should work. So, or I also have this green color that I could do with that one. It's more like a greenish like blue. That kind of would look cool with this. So, all right, so I'm gonna do that with this one, and then I'll do the yellow with the orange, and that works for me. Oh, speaking of this little armrest that I got, I know I finally bought one. I'm not using my vacuum anymore. I got this from Shein. So I've actually gotten a few things here and there online, and one of the things was this little armrest. But I was thinking, like, would you guys want to see a video of like all the nail products that I've bought recently? I don't know. You let me know. So I'm gonna go. I need to take my watch off because it always irritates me when I'm like trying to paint really close. So sorry. Okay, I've been filming this video for 3 days now, and I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit. So I'm gonna start over here. The problem that I have with these liners is you can't really get enough of the polish off that you need. Like, I don't need it like sopping wet right now. And I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna let the brush kind of do its own thing. I'm shaking so bad, guys. So there's a good thing that I have a cleanup brush next to me to get this off my skin. And also a little wet towel. So I'm just gonna continue sort of putting this line all around the French tip, and I'm gonna do that to the rest of them. Did I mention I'm doing the hardest freaking thing ever with my non-dominant hand? Like, what was I thinking? Huh? What was I thinking? I'm just gonna use a little bit of, I just have swipe over here, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of that to clean things up. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up, and then I have to do this 4 more times, guys. Oh my god. I didn't even do like the smile line yet, but I just need to clean up the mess so far, and I think I'm gonna flash cure that and then do the smile line in case I mess something up. But oh my god. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do the rest off camera, and then I'll be back to show you the finished look, because this is gonna be difficult for me. Alright guys, so I thought I would just show you my progress. I've got 2 more left to go. I'm covered in gel polish, and I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. But I sort of have found the best way to do it, and that is to use a liner brush. I find I just have a little bit more control over the paint and where it goes. And I do like section by section, and I just like parkour. Parkour, why can't flash cure? I flash cure each section, and it just makes my life so much easier. And obviously, like, I don't know if you knew this or not, but I'm using my non-dominant hand to do all this. So it has not been an easy task at all. So I start with this side, and I try to start thin at, back. And then I will make it a little bit thicker as we go, because I don't want it like super thin to the point that you just can't see it, But I definitely feel like I have an easier time with the liner brush. So that's kind of how I have been doing it. And then I have this brush that just has like a cleanup brush on the other end, and I can just go ahead, I just have a dampened dish here with alcohol, and like this little spot that's kind of uneven, I would just run my brush over it and clean it up. And then I would flash cure this. So I went a little heavy over there with that cleanup. And this is where it's at. It's like I'm using my left hand to draw and clean up, and I feel like I just don't have as much control as I would if I was using like my right hand right now. So I'm just doing my best. Like that's all I can do, right? Now that looks pretty good, so I would cure that, like flash cure it, and then come back and do this section, and then the smile line. The smile line is the hardest, in my opinion, to get, because, you know, like you can't exactly turn your brush, or at least I can't anyways, into like a full circle. So you kind of have to go from this side and then that side, and then try to get them to meet. So that is what I have been doing so far. So I'm just going to continue working on these, and hopefully I'll be done in the next like half hour. Yeah, it's taken me that long. Oh my god, guys, here she is. I know I have paint all over my hands, don't worry, it'll come off, but I have a hair on me. It's so cute. I absolutely love it. I think it's like the cutest little nail. It's the cutest little nail look, and I'm glad to sort of get one more summer look in before it's officially fall. I'm sure I have like maybe 2 more in me to get out, but yeah, we're kind of like losing daylight. Theoretically, I guess, figuratively, on, you know, being able to do summer nails. I just think these are so stinking cute. As you can see, the thumb is definitely a different shape than the rest of the nails. Like it's a bit longer, and the cuticle area goes out a little bit farther. That was my test nail. So I feel like the other 4 definitely match what, you know, I mean, this still matches, but these definitely all match together, and I was really, really, really happy to have received this Lanfo polygel kit. I think the polygels were great. I really don't have anything to complain about. They weren't super sticky or anything like that. I think that their slip solution works. However, I think alcohol works as well too. I tested out both. I didn't really notice a difference. So if you run out of this, you'll be able to sort of save the day with alcohol. The colors, like I said, the colors do not match like the little swatch stickers that are on the bottle, but they match the pictures that they have on Amazon, okay? I believe that's the link that they provided to me for purchase. It may be on their website, but you can also purchase it on Amazon, and I feel like Amazon prices are always changing, so you might be able to get it cheaper than what it was, because it was $35.99 when I checked the other day, and I do have a 15% off discount code. But like I said, Amazon, like, they're always fluctuating. There's always like random sales and stuff on products, so I don't think you'll have a hard time getting your hands on this. Do I think it's worth the money? Yeah, I mean, you're getting 12 different polygels. A lot of people like these forms, and you know, they seem to be nice forms. You know, you have a lot of them, and I don't know, I don't like using the plastic forms. I can never seem to figure out how to get a nail that is a nice thickness all the way through and doesn't pop off like within a day. So I usually like to just put on a tip and sculpt it over the tip, or I'll use a paper form. With that being said, I also really enjoyed their liners as well, and I did pay for these ones with my own money, so they did not send these to me, and I thought the color saturation was quite lovely. Now, my issue with liner polishes in general is that you can't get enough product off of the liner, and it just ends up being like too goopy on the brush. Like there's polish like running down like the actual brush head, and so I find that with any liner brush, it's not just theirs. But as far as the color goes, I thought they matched exactly as what, you know, they showed on Amazon. I've never really found a gel polish that I can like complain about. They're all pretty much the same. In case you were wondering what's on my left hand, That is just a little sneak peek for you of what is coming. I am working with Model Ones now as an ambassador, and I was challenged to do a little TikTok video using one of their products. So you have to keep an eye out for that TikTok video, and then I'm sort of going to recreate and teach you how to do this viral method of nail looks next week. So stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, or if you just like watching and you just have forgot to hit that subscribe button. So go ahead and do that. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that bell notification button so you never miss a mani with me. Bye guys.